Hey, what's up everyone? This is Drayko the Psychic here, and today I could be doing a bard video, but people that are lower on the autism spectrum than I am are roaming the customs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Book. So, even Crystal Music, even though Crystal Music isn't probably on, yeah, I had to look, yeah, Crystal Music, the most autistic duelist on Dueling Book, isn't on right now, so we're just gonna have to do something else. So today, I've been approved. I've been approved to do videos for a custom card for a custom card Discord server ran by my good old friend Nosferatu Zod, where we tag teamed with Gemini monsters, which was really fun. And speaking of Gemini monsters, this right here is all the cards that are going to be approved for the Gemini stuff. This right here is the list of approved cards, this one right here is pending, and this right here is the extra deck monsters that are approved. So let's get right into this. So we're going to be looking at each of these cards to talk about each card and see what's going on. So I think the first thing we should start off with is my archetype, of course, the Elemental Envoy deck. But first up, before we get into this, we're actually going to review a different archetype because of well, first up, let's not brag about my archetype, and I think we can already talk about the arrow aunts later. But first up, let's talk about this. My friend decides that we're gonna have psychic training approved for this server, but the problem is it's gonna be at 1 in the next ban list. Honestly, the first card is going to be in the ban list because every Rhoda is going to get hit on the ban list anyway. That's a huge yikes. So anyways, yep, let's get right into this. So do we have any one thing I would like to look at is the Untamed monsters, which is another Gemini Pendulum deck that I made alongside my Pendulum Gemini's Elemental Envoys right here. And so right here we got the Untamed monsters. They're basically Gemini Pendulum monsters, but for some odd reason they have a restriction where you cannot special summon monsters with 1800 or more attack, which I don't know, but I guess that's fine. So anyways, let's get right into this new archetype. I've never seen this before, so let's get right into it. So we have right here Untamed Green Mamba. It's a level 3 Earth reptile monster. His scale is 4 with 1200 attack and 800 defense. And you cannot special summon monsters with 800 or more attack, so that's a thing. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Gemini monster in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Isn't that like on all of them? Oh my gosh, it is on all of them. So I guess I had to change this because this was another normal summon, but I guess you gotta balance some stuff. Alright, so what does this thing do when it's an effect monster? You can discard 1 card, add 1 Untamed Trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Untamed Green Mamba once per turn. Alright, so you can add, so any Untamed Trap, don't think I'm ever seen a Untamed Trap. Maybe Nosferatu Zod has sent me the updated list, so let me get that in real quick. Alright, I checked out the updated link he sent me, but I don't see an Untamed Trap, so maybe that will come in later, I don't know. I think he's still working on this Untamed deck. So, next up we got Untamed Macaw. It's a level 3 wind Gemini monster. I think they're all level, nope, there's level 2s right here. And they're all different attributes, except for the couple of Earth right here. So, Untamed Macaw, basically the same thing. You cannot special summon monsters with 1800 or more attack. Fair enough. This card is treated as a normal monster, but if you normal summon it during your main phase, you can draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Untamed Macaw once per turn. Yo, that's actually a pretty cool effect. Being able to just basically draw off a card by normal summoning this thing twice. It is a hard once per turn. It's a Gemini monster, so obviously Geminis are very slow. You gotta normal summon them twice on the field. But that's a pretty cool effect. Still wondering what the Untamed Trap is. Next up we got Untamed Sewer Rat. So it's a level 2 water beast monster with 1000 attack and 500 defense, and during your main phase, you can add one untamed monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So is there any like untamed stuff? No, there isn't. So they got some link monsters right here. That I guess that would be pretty cool. I guess we'll see what the link monsters do later. Untamed Tabby Cat. This is a Beast Tuner, level 2 Earth normal Pendulum monster. That's a scale of 1, 500 defense, and it's just the same thing. Loves to play with humans. That's very cute. Is that like jewelry right there? Okay. Next up we got the Untamed Tomb Spider. It's a level 2 Earth Insect Gemini Pendulum monster. Same pendulum effect. I guess I don't have to say that anymore. During your main phase, you can add one Untamed Trap from your graveyard to your hand. I guess they're going to revolve around the Untamed Traps, so I'm wondering what that's going to be like. So, yeah. Also, I just noticed something. My Sora's is not in this set. It's not even impending. Not even a pale battle, so yeah. Next up, we got the White Wolf, and this effect is you can discard one card, add one Untamed monster from your deck to your hand. Alright, that's pretty cool. Most of the time, Geminis can get a bit faster when their archetypes have ways of searching them. Like if you look at Chemicritter Carbo Crab, he has an effect where you can dump a Gemini monster to the graveyard from your deck, and then add a Gemini monster from your deck to your hand. Now, Carbo Crab, I believe, is the best Gemini monster when you normal summon it, of course. So, yeah. Like I said, me and Nosferatu a long time ago, we tried to break Geminis. We did it with Elemental Envoys and Aeroants. And I believe that's the last Untamed monster, just looking through. Nope. Alright, anything right here? Nope. Okay. So, first up, we got the Untamed Parrot. It's a Link 1 Winged Beast monster. Its arrow points upwards. And when this card is Link summoned, target one card in your Pendulum Zone, special summon it. All Untamed monsters you control gain 500 attack. You can only special summon one Untamed Parent per turn. Untamed Parent. Okay, I'm good at this game. Don't worry, I got this. That's a pretty cool effect. You just on Link Summon gets to get out a free monster. You do have to summon it from your Pendulum Zone, but I think that's pretty cool because you could just go ahead, Pendulum Summon, and yeah, you could just go ahead, Pendulum Summon, and then okay, I'm sorry, I went brain dead for a second there. Yeah, I think this is a pretty cool effect. Next up we got Untamed Crocodile. I'm not really good at judging cards, by the way. I'm just slowly getting better at this. So we got a Link to Water Reptile monster with 1600 attack. Its effect is, when this card is Link summoned, add one Untamed card from your graveyard to your hand. All Untamed monsters you control gain 500 attack. You can only special summon it once per turn. So I'm guessing all the Link monsters give all the Untames more attack, 500 more attack for each one. So that means this might possibly be a beatdown strategy. I just have to see what this deck looks like in order to just completely say, oh, this is the best deck of all. When really, I think it might be Elemental Envoys or Aeroants being the best deck, because, like, seriously, we played me and Nosferatu, we played these two decks, and it is so insane. Like, I'm telling you guys, this guy with Aeroants made a bunch of synchros with this. I'm not kidding. Alright, so now we have Untamed Tiger. It's a Link to Earth Beast monster with 1700 attack, just close to that 1800. When this card is Link summoned, discard one card, add one Untamed card from your deck to your hand. All Untamed monsters you control gain 500 attack. Wait, does that do the same thing as, nope, that one adds from grave to hand. This one adds from deck to hand. Alright, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty neat idea. That's a pretty so so you got your searcher, you got your recursion, and you basically got free mass summons and more stat boosts. So if you have like 3 of these link monsters on field, you could have like them gaining 1500 attack. I think White Wolf has the highest attack, I believe. No, that's 13. I read that wrong. I believe, yeah, Untamed Tiger has the most attack, so Untamed Tiger can actually be your main beater of this deck. So yeah, now I'm pretty, like I said, I'm pretty interested in what could come out of the Untamed traps. I'm very curious about this. I wonder what they could do to add to this, because I feel like they are going to be needing some sort of protection because of the fact that these are all really low attack monsters with only one shared pendulum effect. But I guess the pendulum effect is really good. Although it says that you can only gain this effect once per turn, I think I should be saying that for all my Gemini stuff. Yeah. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into some of the other cards that we can talk about. So first up, we got 2 of Nosferatu-Zod's cards right here, Erewhon Duality and Erewhon Bloomdrake. Let's talk about Bloomdrake for a second, because this is the most interesting card ever. So basically, with Dueling Book, there's a weird thing that you can't do, is that you can't make Gemini monsters a tuner monster. You also cannot make Union monsters tuner monsters, or you just can't put 2 sub-abilities as one monster, like you are mostly able to do. And it is done by Konami themselves. I mean, look at there is this one Union tuner monster that was used in most machine decks, I believe. Not sure where it was. I think it was mostly used in ABCs, but I think it was called Toon Gear. I'll put it up on screen if I ever think about it. So Erewhon's Bloomdrake. It's a rank 4 Dark Dragon Tuner Xyz monster. Now you don't see those these days, a Tuner Xyz monster, because you can't really use ranks as levels. So you never get to those situations. However, with custom cards, we can make Ritual Pendulums now, and also we can also make Tuner Xyz monsters. So this thing requires 2 level 4 Gemini monsters, and I think level 4 Geminis are the most popular right now. See, he's got his Erewhons as level 4, we got my Elemental Envoys as level 4. Heck, even Gemini Wyvern right here is level 4. So, you can use this card as Synchro material for a Synchro Summon, using its rank as if it were a level. So this is a really neat effect right here. Basically, it is done before where you were able to change a rank to a level. It was done by one of the Pendulum Magicians effect. I think it was Zanshin Magician. So, if this card is summoned, you can target one monster on the field, increase or reduce that monster's level or rank by 1. And you can detach one Xyz material from this card to add one Erewhon card from your deck to your hand. Really, this is another card that searches out the Archetype. So what you can do is that you overlay for this, and then you effect detach to add Erewhon Kingdom, and then you activate Kingdom to get your Erewhon monsters, and to add any level 4 or lower Gemini monster from your deck to your hand. Whereas you got my Gemini Battle. Oh, my Gemini Battle is not here. Uh-oh. My battle didn't get approved, boys. Oh no. Battle isn't approved. Nosferatu-Zod, I want my money back. So yeah, I guess that's good. That's a pretty cool card. Or I guess that's just another add effect like a lot of people are doing. And then if it's sent to the graveyard, you get to target you have to target one level 4 or lower Gemini monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Unfortunately, it will not get treated as an effect monster, which is okay. Now let's talk about. So being able to be used as Synchro material is really nice, because then we can incorporate the Synchro monsters I gave Geminis. And not only that, Geminis actually do have their Konami made Synchro monster. It was a dragon monster that can destroy a spell or trap. It's a really old card. So Alright, now let's get into this one. Arrow on Duality. This is actually a really good monster for Geminis. If you're going to play Geminis and this card became legal, this is the card you play. So it requires 2 Gemini monsters, and Gemini monsters this card points to are treated as effect monsters and gain their effects. Really, really nice. And once per turn, you can send 1 Gemini monster from your deck to the graveyard to special summon 1 monster from your extra deck that lists Gemini in its card text in defense position. So therefore saying that it is in defense mode means that you can't summon a link monster with this effect, but you can go into something like the alloy monster, the fusion monster, which basically does the same thing as what this card would do by giving the Gemini monsters their effects, but better, because it doesn't need to be pointed by these arrows. And being able to send any Gemini monster from your deck to the graveyard is really good. Not to mention, it's a cost to send the Gemini monster to the graveyard, so your opponent cannot ash this card. They can effect Veiler this card, they can ogre this card, but I feel like anything that would just negate its effects, which is stop the card, which is okay. Not to mention, it is a soft once per turn, so if you are able to summon another one, you could just use this effect again. So I feel like this is an okay card because it only requires 2 Gemini monsters, and you can't just link it away for another duality. So, the Untamed monsters, I feel like they have some hidden potential. Being able to get additional normal summons each turn, and their link monsters providing them to be more of a beatdown deck. The traps are what I'm very interested in, like I said. So anyways, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button down below. Comment down below what you'd like to see next, and I will post a link to the Discord server if you want to join this server. So, and why not hit the subscribe button for more of this Discord content. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.